county, and we as a committee and its greater circle have chalked a number of those successes recently, including the election of a female Democratic county prosecutor over an incumbent Republican man in 2020, and 2 Democrats to the Board of Ed just this past primary cycle. The model is really simple, hard work, community, and optimism. I think we all need that, and there's optimism to be had and hope to be had moving forward. I believe that we as Democrats and we as the Democratic Party are faced right now with a critical reckoning of identity, and that this West Virginia Democratic Party can play a leading role navigating that reckoning. And this is because of, not in spite of, the perception that West Virginia is lost to Republican ascendancy. The opposing party historically forced this reckoning, and in short, do we embrace our legacy and our struggles with inclusion, wholehearted inclusion, or do we parrot the Republican model of rigid exclusion? And I think the answer is very clear that inclusion, along with all of its complexities, is the correct and more powerful path. The West Virginia Party is committed to this during the past cycle, and I think the next can see it fully realized and forged into an inspirational model, not just here, but across the nation where this is a problem. I seek this member-at-large position for this critical coming cycle to lend direct representative voice to Tucker and the small rural counties in this corner of West Virginia.
30 seconds.
Opportunities to redress imbalances locally and in Charleston will unfold in this period, and the strong liberal, progressive, and even moderate voices in these counties represent a dispersed but vast resource in helping to realize change from the opportunities that are presented. Thank you all very much for your consideration.
Madam Secretary, are you ready?
Now, when I call your name, if you're a proxy, it's not necessary to say that your proxy is your name. When I call that person's name that you're proxy for, you can just vote, and that'll be fine because we have it on record who's voting for that person. My tally sheet. And the newly placed members of the Affirmative Action Committee, bear with me, please, so I can go from one list to the other, make sure I get it right. Mike Pushkin.
Joy.
I'm sorry?
Joy.
Thank you. I only put last name, I'm sorry. Ivan Lee. Okay. Bob Stoltz.
Michael.
Elaine Harris.
McClintock.
Pat Maroney.
McClintock.
Teddy Grogan. William Link is the proxy. Pam Van Horn. Tina Gray Russell.
Roy Miller.
Abe Todd. It was McClintock, I see that. Susan Hubbard.
Miller.
Thank you. Jerry Brookover.
McClintock.
Cameron Miller. McClintock. Lee Coons.
McClintock.
Selena Vickers.
Selena Vickers. Troy Miller.
Shane Asadandi.
Shane Assanzandi, Troy Miller.
James Griffin.
Proxy for Higgins Griffin. Richardson, Troy Miller.
Ariana Islam,
Troy Miller.
I'm sorry, is it Exia?
EXEC Vega.
Exia Vega,
EXEC Vega, proxy Troy Miller.
Josiah Sorrent,
Troy Miller.
Wilma Steele. That was Troy Miller. Ray Whiting,
Troy Miller.
Anna Gillespie,
Michael McClintock.
Laura Walker,
McClintock.
Doug Scaff,
Troy Miller.
Nick Casey,
Troy Miller.
Karen Correa.
McClintock.
Stephen Baldwin, is it back on? Okay, Stephen Baldwin,
McClintock.
thank you. Natalie Klein,
Troy Miller.
Kathy Lee,
McClintock.
Charles Elanville, Michael Traubert,
McClintock.
Jennifer Beach, Troy Miller, Kim Frum, McClintock, Ronald McCoy, Sunny Oakland,
Michael McClintock.
Lissa Lucas,
Troy Miller.
Judith Stevens,
Troy Miller.
Simon Hargis,
Troy Miller.
Bonnie Fruth, McClintock, Tess Jackson,
Miller.
Ben Barkey, Floyd Sayre,
McClintock.
Stephanie Hecht, not present. I'm gonna have to sit down. My back is older than it used to be. So I will write down that Stephanie Hecht is not there. Okay. Tammy Pritt. Thank you. That was McClintock. Tim Bias,
Troy Miller.
Matt Spurlock. Okay, that was McClintock. Deb McCarthy,
Troy Miller.
Phyllis White,
Troy Miller.
Robert Osa,
Troy Miller.
Marcus Wilkes,
Troy Miller.
Heather Hayes,
Troy Miller.
Chase, sorry, Darren Williamson,
Troy Miller.
Amanda Estep Burton,
Troy Miller, please.
Amanda Shelton,
Miller.
Keith Watty,
Troy Miller.
Christy Cardwell,
Troy Miller.
Kelly Elkins,
Troy Miller.
Robert Baker,
Troy Miller.
David Thompson,
I was instructed, you have this. What was that?
she said she was instructed and I have his vote.
Yes. I'm fairly certain it is Troy Miller. one vote, he's not disagreeing.
Actually, he has not sent you instructed for that race. It's a different at-large position.
Okay, so I have to abstain for that.
Diane Browning,
Miller.
Margaret Staggers. Abstain. Sam Petson,
Miller.
Damie Spencer,
Troy Miller.
Rachel Tompkins,
Miller.
Brenda Weiss,
Troy Miller.
Adam Starks,
Miller.
and Cody Thompson.
Miller.
Michelle Carpenter,
Miller.
Susan Miley,
Troy Miller.
Ryan Deems,
Troy.
Troy Miller, Danielle Walker,
Troy Miller.
Joey Garcia,
Miller.
Mark Music, Deanna Armentrout,
Troy Miller.
Candy Sisler,
Michael.
that was Michael McClintock, Jason Armentrout,
Troy Miller.
and Randy Titchnell.
Michael McClintock.
Dorothy Kayla,
Troy Miller.
Virginia Sign, McClintock, thank you. Richard Rector, Charlie Streisel,
Troy Miller.
Cheryl Lawrence, Maria Russo,
Troy Miller.
Ken Collinson,
Troy Miller.
Mac Halterman,
Mike Halterman, D16, Troy Miller.
Bonnie Brown, Patty Hamilton, Richie Raw,
Michael McClintock.
David Tucker.
McClintock.
Now, there is one thing I have to go back and do. Mary Ann Slater was a representative, I believe, of the Affirmative Action Committee. And she is now an elected member, so I'll read her name with the elected members and not up with the officers and at-large members. So Mary Ann Slater, McClintock. Did I miss anybody, just to make sure? So we have a voter that is absent from the room. I don't want a person to not have their vote, but it's, one vote is not.
I'll go check the hallway.
I'll check on
Okay. I'll count it.
He can't come in right now. Her sugar is dropped, but she'll be back.
Okay.
It's a medical service.
Sure. I mean, I just didn't want someone to lose their vote. I'm not.
We were just letting you know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, the votes are tabulated. Troy Miller, 53 votes. Michael McClintock, 33, and 3 abstained. So, Mr. Miller? time, we will take nominations for at-large female. At-large female. Any nominations?
Madam Chair, this is Judy Stevens. I put forward Cindy Lavender vote.
Okay. Any other nominations for at-large female?
Cindy Lavender vote. This is Sam, that's all.
Are you seconding the nomination?
She's been nominated. I
She's
second.
been nominated. You second it? Any other nominations? Chairman Barton? Karen Correa? Any other nominations? Any other nominations for at-large female? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations and move to the vote, Madam Secretary.
Are the candidates not speaking to their nomination?
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I just get excited when it comes time to vote.
I got it.
All right.
Because I need a few more minutes.
I apologize to both of you. Of course we want to hear from you lovely ladies. Delegate? I'm sorry.
Okay. I can't see anybody now because I can only see what's in front of me, so hopefully you can hear me. Thank you guys for the nomination, and I'm honored to accept the nomination for at-large member of this committee. Members of the West Virginia State Democratic Executive Committee, I'm a lifelong West Virginian, born, raised, and educated in West Virginia. I grew up in a small town near the Kanawha-Fayette County line, East Main, home of Jerry West. You can probably hear that in my voice because I'm sure I sound a little bit different than up here in the center part of the state. I've been a public school teacher, a mother, a small business owner, a community advocate, a nonprofit executive, a CEO of a nationally known brand, and a member of the West Virginia House of Delegates. I am here today because I would follow Danielle Walker anywhere. During my tenure in the legislature, I served as the chair of the House Democratic Women's Caucus. I was proud to serve with this small but mighty group of women, working to amplify the voices of women and the issues that affect children and families throughout West Virginia. In 2019, we got together and we organized a statewide listening tour with the purpose of listening, something that a lot of politicians don't do. But we were determined to take the message to the people of West Virginia that the power is in your hands. And we traveled around the state and we listened to the stories of West Virginians. And it was the most treasured time that we had serving together. In 2020, together with now Minority Leader Senator Stephen Baldwin, I worked to form the first ever joint platform committee between the West Virginia House and the West Virginia Senate Democrats. I was very proud to be a part of this group to put together the first united platform. And we worked every day to amplify the message and to remind people what it means to be a Democrat. We created a communications team. We had press conferences. We had a social media presence. And we just kept introducing legislation and speaking to it, introducing legislation that we knew would make a difference in the lives of West Virginians. And we know that it's important to keep putting these issues in the forefront. especially now in the time of this supermajority. We cannot forget how important it is to fight for the working people of West Virginia, no matter how small our numbers have become. All of these experiences have motivated me to want to continue to serve the people of the state. Our state has reached a critical moment. The leaders that we elect and the decisions that we make are more important now than ever. I'm running for member at large because I'm hopeful for the future, but there is much work to do. Today and every day, we have to be united as Democrats. We must raise our voices collectively. We must fight for the protections that all Mountaineers deserve. We must fight to protect women's health care. We must fight for economic security for our working families. And the way to do that is to raise our voices collectively. And finally, to borrow some words from my dear sister, Danielle Walker, we will work to make this a place where Country Roads welcomes all West Virginians, all Mountaineers. Country Roads take us home to a place where we all belong. Thank you.
Karen Boria.
I want to do a brief nominating speech because hello, ladies and gentlemen of the committee. My name is Ben Barkey. I'm a newly elected member of the executive committee from Putnam County, but I represent Putnam, part of Cabell, all of Mason, and a bit of Jackson in Senate District 4. I'm here to ask your support for Karen Correa, someone who's been a mentor to me and has guided me through the various processes to where I'm now the chairman of the county committee, taking over from Karen, who was the past chairperson. She has been on the county committee for 16 years. She has been involved in politics in West Virginia for over 2 decades. She has, one of the things that I know many of you have been involved with, and I was honored to be recognized as the Democrat of the Year, and she puts together that program and has kept it running for many years. She does many important things for the party, working hard in the trenches. She's owns several small businesses, is involved in many different organizations. She is one of the founding members of the Federation of Democrat Women in Putnam County and has been involved with that organization for several decades. And I'm here today to ask for your support for Karen Correa. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll post it on our Twitter, which is WV. It'll be like a YouTube link. Thank you.
Is it almost afternoon? I'm only going to speak for a moment. First of all, congratulations to all the newly elected members. Congratulations to the new members that were elected in the primary. Congratulations to the members that have been on the committee that have served with me over the last 16 years. I have been very, very fortunate to have served under the leadership of 7 chairs, 3 of them in this room. It's not been easy all the time. I mean, we're just not going through difficult times now. We've not always agreed, but somehow we've gotten through it and we've moved forward. I gave all of you a resume to look about my identity, and I'm going to let what Ben said about me speak for itself. And I'm cold. Is anybody else cold? I'm actually freezing, so that's why my voice sounds like it does, because I got to pee and I'm freezing. So anywho, you know, I admire everybody in the room that's stepping up to make changes in West Virginia that we can all work with. And I hope that you would consider voting for me, because I will continue to work no matter what happens today, because it's who I am. You know, 40 years of being someone who just wants to make a difference in West Virginia, wants to see Democrats get elected, and certainly wants to change the state back to being blue. Thank you very much.
Madam Secretary.
Mike Pushkin. Bob Stoltz. Elaine Harris. Karen Corrier. Pat Maroney.
Karen Corrier.
Teddy Grogan.
Aaron Corey.
Pam Van Horn. Karen Corrier. Tina Gray Russell.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Abe Sod.
Aaron Corrier.
Thank you. Susan Hubbard.
Corrier. Aaron Corrier.
Thank you. Jerry Brookover.
Karen Corrier.
Cameron Miller.
Delegate Rowe.
Lee Coombs.
Aaron Corey.
Selena Vickers.
Selena Vickers. Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Shane Asazandi.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
James Griffin.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Ariana Islam.
Lavender Bowe.
FCA Vega.
Cindy Lavender Bowe by proxy.
Josiah Sorrent.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Wilma Steele.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
And Ray Whiting.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Anna, I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I thought you were finished with roll call and reading the call. Sorry.
I just started.
I thought I felt that, so
Anna Gillespie.
Aaron Corrier.
Laura Walker.
Karen Corrier.
Troy Miller.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Nick Casey.
Karen Corrier.
Karen Corrier. Karen Corrier. Stephen Baldwin. I'm sorry, he's no longer on the call, I forgot that. Doug Scaff.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Natalie Klein.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Kathy Link. Karen Corrier. Charles Elenfeld.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Michael Trobert.
Aaron Corrier.
Jennifer Beach. Cindy Lavender Bowe. Kim Frum. Karen Corrier. Ronald McCoy.
Karen Corrier.
Sunny Oakland.
Karen Corrier.
Senator Baldwin is back on the call. Does he know what we're voting on? Has he been? We'll move on and then we'll go back. Okay, Lissa Lucas. Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Lavender Bowe.
Simon Hargis.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Bonnie Fruth. Abstain. Tess Jackson.
Karen Corrigan.
Ben Barkey. Floyd Sayer.
Eric Corrigan.
Stephanie Heck.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Tammy Pritt. Okay. Tim Bias.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Matt Spurlock.
Lavender Bowe.
Deb McCarthy.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
And Phyllis White.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Robert Ofsa.
Robert Offsa. Cindy
Offsa.
Lavender Bowe.
Sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
Marcus Wilkes.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Mary Ann Clater.
She had said that her sound wasn't working.
Okay, well, she can put it in the. All right, I'll write her down.
Oh, Karen Corrigan.
Thank you. Heather Hayes.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Farron Williamson.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Okay, and Senator Baldwin is Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Thank you. Amanda Eastep Burton.
Cindy Lavender Bowe, please.
Amanda Shelton.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Keith Lottie.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Christy Cardwell.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Kelly Elkins.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Bob Baker.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
David Thompson.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
Diane Browning.
Lavender Bowe.
Margaret Staggers.
Lavender Bowe.
Sam Petzoff.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.
And Davy Spencer.
Cindy Lavender Bowe.